cheer, pour a cup, take it slow. We've got stories to share and places to go. From memories past to dreams we're chasing. Life's better sip, no need for rushing or racing.
Coffee in his hand, tea in mine tonight. Two hearts, one table under warm cafe light.
This is Brewed Banter, where conversations flow. Laughing about the crazy things life loves to throw. Hanging with Erica and Ralph side by side. Every little moment, we're taking it in stride. So grab your mug, settle in, stay a while. You're part of the vibe, part of the smile.
From travel tales to days we've grown through. Faith, love, lessons, the real and the true.
A little bit goofy, a little bit deep. Late night talks when the world's asleep.
We don't need fancy, just honest and kind. Good friends, warm drinks, and peace of mind.
This is Brewed Banter, where conversations flow. Laughing about the crazy things life loves to throw. Hanging with Erica and Ralph, sharing life our way through every season, every new day. So grab your mug, settle in, stay a while. You're part of the story, part of the smile. Here's to the moments we hold on to tight.
The tears, the joy, the comfort of night.
Fresh starts, hope, and finding our way.
One sip, one laugh, one day at a time.
This is Brewed Banter,
Pull up a seat, my friend,
where the talk never fades.
and the heart never ends.
Hanging with Erica and Ralph,
Yeah, that's the plan.
just real life.
Shared cup in hand.
It's Friday night, and the mood is right. We're gonna have some fun, show you how it's done, TGI.
All right, time for another round. Belch. Oh, oops.
Hey everybody, welcome into Brewed Banter. It's another takeover. I'm popping people on in no particular order. We got a really good motley crew here today. We got Dan, got Lauren, Bob, Vash, and Culture Casino. Welcome in, gentlemen.
Hey.
Thanks, Zach. Hey, everyone.
For having me.
Good to see everybody. Holy cow.
I know.
I know. Nope. Culture, you're on the wrong mic.
Oh, am I? Hang on.
Yes.
Let's see.
Yeah, AV Mux is a little different.
Yeah, he's got it. Let's see how he does. It's been driving me nuts today.
No pressure, Culture. Everybody stare at him intently while making no noise whatsoever.
That's funny. That's great.
Can't hear you.
Nothing? Very strange.
And I do know he has EV Mux himself, but it's like you go into another person's thing. It's just like, okay, I don't want to work. It's annoying.
Yeah. Or just forget settings and so forth.
Yeah, kind of like it likes to lose your icon there, Vash, every once in a while.
I know. I don't know why that happens. I really don't. But
I can't figure that out.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
yeah.
Good. There you go.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. I'm coming correct.
You can come in
There you
correct.
go.
So I'm going to start off with introductions. Dan, Culture. Dan, Bob. Dan, Vash. Dan, Lauren. Everybody, this is Dan's Life to Kingdom. He hangs out with me here in Orlando.
I know all these
sir.
people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure you knew Dan. I didn't know. I didn't know if you knew Dan. I didn't know.
I met Dan a couple times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here, just streaming with our
Okay,
friends.
as Eric
Yeah.
always does. What's everybody drinking? I'll start. I have a Kona Big Wave brew today. I'm being bad.
Oh,
Oh.
Well, I'm just drinking some juice out of this mug here. That's all.
Nice.
I have water. Very exciting. Lemon water.
It's lemon water.
A little bit of coffee. Ohio.
A little bit of coffee, huh?
A little agua for me too. Sorry. I gotta switch it up.
I forgot to bring something today, but I had just finished a cup of coffee, so I'm good.
That's
There
cool.
you go.
That's good.
There you go.
I
It's a little
bought water
early
as a
over there.
backup.
Breakfast of champions.
Yeah.
There you go.
I've had. I
Wait,
might have
Tom,
had-
is that a monster too?
No. This
Oh.
is a custom-made
Oh, tumbler.
tumbler
There we go.
Nice.
that my buddy
Sweet.
makes on a laser.
Nice.
Matter of fact, Bob, he's the one who helped me cut some of the shapes for the Chalkwalk guitar.
Guitar?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Sweet,
So,
man.
okay, guys, let's randomly. Lauren, what's been up for you? What have you been up to this week?
Mostly just behind the scenes work for that Park Place and the WDW Pro and that Pod Place channels. Just been working doing quality control on clips, making sure they're all in proper shape, getting thumbnails created and up and scheduling. On the back end, my son's going to have a friend over tomorrow for most of the day. Then he's going to go and visit his friend's place for dinner. So I'm mostly going to be holding up in my room and avoiding everything so that I don't cramp their style and I stay out of the chaos. So that's all
Hear
I've had
that.
going on this week.
Cramp their style. Lauren, you add style. Come on.
Right.
Hey,
Much too humble.
I'm trying to send Ron Bradley the link, and the back channel is not working for me.
interesting.
I can see if I can do it.
There it is.
Can
I
I?
got it.
Do I have a
Let's
link?
see. Got it.
Okay.
I got it. It was being a little bit silly.
Gotcha.
Okay, let's go with culture next. What have you been up to this week?
Well, in the background, I'm writing or working on a little software engineering, trying to run a full suite video editor in Python from Python. With right now, right before the stream, I was working on the installer, so
Nice.
that people can install it on Windows. Then I'll probably make a Mac OS clone of it at some point.
Cool,
Wow.
because when you do, I like that. That'd be. I'm playing with a Mac now.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that everybody has access to a quality editor, and something as easy as a keyframe editor like HitFilm is highly valued. So it's just too expensive, and they went to a subscription model. So I'm just doing a Python alternative,
Cool.
and
Well,
we may have to move that into C++ because it's not. There's some 3D rendering effects and things like that we can't do in Python yet. So. I'm working. I may be working towards a version 3. I'm on version 2 now, but we'll see.
That's cool. Man. That is cool. That's something you usually don't talk about. That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't talk about any of that stuff. That was. that
I
life-
get it.
that
I'm a
life
tech.
was-
you know that.
Yeah, that life was 25 years ago. So,
But it's
yeah,
still fun to dabble. It's still fun to play with.
I guess. I guess.
Okay, we're gonna go with Bob next.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, geez. I've just been doing some streaming in the park, which is cool, and got to kick it with Vash Guy on his park cast yesterday, which is a lot of fun. So thanks for having me on, Vash.
Absolutely.
And then raising money for the Children's Hospital of Orange County, which we're trying to do right now. Our Park Streamers team let's see, I think we just reached $5,156. So that's awesome. So
That's awesome.
just trying to. Last year we raised $37,085, so we're trying to beat that, and we're on our way. So
Cool.
if
We
y'all
That's
have
want-
awesome.
we have another party
Ron?
crasher here. Let's
But-
add
oh.
him in. We got
Oh,
Ron.
there he is.
Yeah, he's really hidden in the background there.
He's kind of hiding. He's hiding.
Yeah, he is. There we go.
Yeah.
And then let's see. Other than that, just for some of these, my father passed away, so I've been taking care of a lot of back end stuff after the funeral, and just trying to take care of estate issues. So that's keeping me pretty busy as well. So,
All right, Dan.
Cool. Well, this week I've just been going to the parks. I recently went to Epic Universe with friends of mine, and just having a good time over there. Also, just trying to find the strategies of going where. Just trying to find the simplest ways to get around the park and all that, and see what the updates, what's going on with Epic, and finally they brought the fountain back. A few days ago, it was like under refurbishment for like a few months, and then other than that, that's about it. And then today I was at Epcot and Universal to get my pass holder magnets, and then I'm here with you guys.
I'm kind of jealous. I wouldn't want my
Yeah.
at the parks today. Ron,
I
what have you
know.
been up to this week? Can't hear you.
Oh, he's
Ron,
muted.
you are muted.
Hello. Yeah. Can you
All
hear
right.
me? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear
Good.
me now? I'm the Verizon guy who switched to Sprint,
Yeah.
who then was bought out by Verizon. I just finished editing the video Lauren and I did together. So I'm getting ready to upload that to YouTube. And that'll be it's a conversation with Lauren and myself about Gina Carano and Star Wars, and the possibility of her coming back, and the possibility of Star Wars becoming, well, relevant at all again. we hope, but there's always a new hope, right, Lauren?
Don't hold your breath.
Well, listen, that was like really the rename of the first movie. So there we go.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see.
Does anybody catch any new music, new concerts they're looking for, anything like that outside of the normal stuff we talk about, gentlemen? No.
I was watching. There's a YouTuber. He's got a brand new channel. It's really coming up. I'm loving it. It's he was showing us how to build garden boxes,
You crazy man.
which is awesome. And no, actually, no. I'm digging your channel, Culture Casino. That garden place that's where it's happening. Seriously, and those videos are awesome, man.
There
so
is
informative.
There is no better place to learn about English comfrey than that garden place.
Well, there you go. Yeah. No, like you said, I mean, again, this is just stuff that interests me. It's why I don't talk. I don't talk about any of the stuff I used to do, and I don't even talk about my most recent business interests. But I like you said, gardening. You can get me to talk about anywhere at any time about just about anything. So, we were doing the live show over on the 6 Minute Daily this morning, and somebody fired in a comment asking about what had high quality iron content in it because they're a little iron deficient. So, I went off on a small tangent, but. It's just it's so easy to grow food. I need to convince people. It's easy to do this. It's not hard. There's no such thing as somebody who has doesn't have a green thumb. It all comes down to the soil. You don't feed the
So I have a question for you in
Yeah.
a second after I bring this person in. Who popped in. Let's say hi to Lorena Creole.
Oh my goodness.
Hello there.
Lorena.
Hey everyone, how you doing?
What's up,
Good.
baby?
Hey, yo.
Doing good. Doing
Good
good.
to see the queen.
I haven't
Creole.
seen her at Aldi in like at least a week or two.
I know.
Hey.
We got to catch up.
Wow.
Man.
So
See, the only
You're
thing,
asking.
Culture, is that I don't have a green thumb, and I kill everything.
I,
can't keep
Oh,
anything
I
no.
was
alive.
going to ask him
with a
about
name like
the.
Berry Place, I don't believe you. But no,
Yeah, right. Well,
but honestly, it's not that hard. It's really, if you learn how to structure your soil and feed the soil, you never really feed the plant. You feed the soil. And I think that's the thing that most people miss, which is why they misunderstand what they're doing when they're gardening. That's
I
the only
have a
thing I think.
whole house
Interesting.
water softener system that's salt
Oh,
based.
oh,
Okay, so my question is, if you use water that happens to be going through that, will that hurt the soil and the plants?
I've never
Yes.
actually
Hmm.
experimented with that, because what you're doing with a softener like that, I believe, is just an ion exchange. And
Yes.
while it's so I'm not going to venture a guess either way until I do some research. But
I'd love to know if you could pull up on
well, I
stuff
mean, do you
because
water your lawn?
no, no, no. It's like the plants in the house, stuff like that, other things like that. We have reclaimed
Ah,
water for the lawn. So,
Oh, okay, that's
and our
awesome.
Yeah.
backyard is just basically a dog yard. The dog's got that. I just
Okay.
gave that to them.
Yeah, I mean, if you're using, I mean, reclaimed water is the way to go. If you can do any kind of catchment. I mean, the state of Florida is a great place to do catchment. In fact, that's what I was going to do if I had retired to Hawaii. We'd already planned the 3 acres with a giant catchment tank. That's what most of the folks do on the islands. In case you were wondering, most of the folks that actually don't use municipal supply, they have big catchment tanks with UV sterilizers, and they have their own water pump system and stuff to build pressure. But catchment's probably the best way to go when it comes to watering your plants and your lawn. That's not a bad thing. A rain barrel's not a bad idea unless it's illegal where you live.
Okay. And I'm going to be amiss if I don't ask Lorena. I asked everybody else on the panel, what are you drinking and what you been up to this week?
Well, right now I'm not drinking anything because I have some homemade mango pico de gallo. I've
Oh,
got pineapple habanero tortilla chips from Aldi and
nice.
nothing to drink yet. If I go back to get something to drink, I'm probably going to get a gosh, what is one of those things called? Like those flavored seltzer waters.
Cool.
Oh,
Probably
cool.
put one of those pull those up. And as for what I've been up to this week, oh, I've been looking for a job and doing interviews this week.
Wow.
So that's what I've been up to. And
Luck.
apparently, I need to do some sequel boot camp over the weekend for an upcoming interview. So
Ooh, SQL. Fun.
yeah, yep.
Awesome.
That's life.
That is the craziness. That is the craziness of the job market and life. And yeah, yep. I didn't say I was up to this week. I was just dealing with a bunch of health stuff and some lawyer stuff that we had to deal with everyday craziness
Yeah.
and preparing for a nice visit at the end of the month from our granddaughter for a month. So that's going to be a good time.
That's good.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
very
gonna
cool.
be so cool.
So we're going to have her for a month. I have a couple of days planned out. I don't know about the rest of the month. I'm totally
You'll figure it out.
Me and Linda are like looking at each other, going, "What are we gonna do? How many? What? How many movies can we watch? What can we do? It's like we planned. Let's say Universal. We planned some other stuff, but it's like, okay, kid, what do you want to do? I mean, she's 10, so
Oh, you got to take her to Wonderworks.
where's that?
That is on iDrive, so you can't miss it. It looks like an upside down building.
Okay, I
Like
never
it's
knew what that was
purposely,
called.
yeah. So that's Wonderworks. So that's one thing. There's the Orlando Science Center, which is minuscule compared to the Franklin Institute. So don't judge it by the same standard whatsoever. But it's still a fun time. So that's, I think the Orlando Science Center is not downtown. It's a little bit north of downtown. So that's something to do. And of course, there's the Crayola factory at the Florida Mall.
Yeah, I was thinking about
Uh,
that.
American Girl at Florida. I will warn you,
I was
don't go in American Girl unless you're prepared to drop about $200. I'm telling you right now.
oh, jeez.
that's a trip with grandma she could do. I'll give
Yeah,
her.
she can. I'm not saying it's not worth it. I'm just saying know the true price of admission before you step in there.
That's wow, that's crazy. So with all movies talking about everybody talking about the movies and stuff, the one I'm kind of excited for coming up is the new Mortal Kombat because I'm a Mortal Kombat geek.
Oh, I can't wait for that one. I need to watch that.
Same.
What about everybody else?
I I want to look. I'm looking forward to Mortal Kombat 2, and I'm also looking forward. I'm gonna check out Street Fighter 2. That's
Yeah, I'm
gonna
gonna
come out soon.
both of them. How about you, Bob?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the new Mortal Kombat film. Um, I don't know, nothing really on the horizon though. And other than I haven't even seen Super Mario. I got to go see that. I did see
Yeah,
the
I didn't
Michael
see
film
it.
last weekend, so that was actually a pretty good film. But other than that, I'm not sure. I love shark movies. There's another one called Deep Water coming out, so maybe I'll go see that.
Oh, I didn't know about that
Gotcha.
one.
I haven't seen Michael yet. I mean, I need to see that one.
Yeah, it was pretty good, and I actually enjoyed it. My family and I.
Yeah,
Nice. Street
awesome.
Fighter 2 is now okay. First
No,
Dragon Search Queen will
November.
say,
That
no,
that's November.
it's November.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
it's in November.
Wow, that's a while.
Okay, yeah, I need to get better glasses because I'm looking at a 55-inch TV and I still couldn't read that correctly.
Gotcha. Gotcha, Dragon.
It's awesome.
Um,
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I'm really interested to see what Mandalorian Grogu does. That to me is, I think, is a big question mark, because obviously we've heard the numbers, the projections coming out are super low. I think they just actually got reduced, according to World of Real anyway, $65 million for its opening weekend, which is crazy given that Solo opened to $84 million. So this is certainly the worst box office performance for a Star Wars film, basically in history.
Well, and
And
Jon Favreau's directing, so you think that they would be a lot higher.
you would think so, and the company is making a little bit of a push for it, at least in the parks anyway, with this whole Smuggler's Run update and so forth. So I'm really kind of interested to see not just its opening weekend performance, but if in fact it has some word of mouth that gets people in. I know Lauren. We've gone over this kind of whole blackpilling of Star Wars and how we don't necessarily agree with it, given that we just haven't seen good Star Wars. And if this is good Star Wars and people talk about it and chat about it and get people in, it could pop off, but it doesn't look
Well,
good initially.
I think there's a bunch of factors that are involved. I've heard numbers between 65 and 80. I'm going to split the difference and say I think it's going to come in between 70 and 75.
Sure.
I think that season 3 really hurt The Mandalorian badly. There's been a big gap between season 3 and the release of this movie as well. There was some positive buzz that was kind of taking shape around the idea that Gina might make a cameo, but there was recently additional information that came out that makes that sound less likely. And when you're talking about the promotion in the parks, you've got the Mandalorian that's there, I think, in the Florida parks, but you got the original trilogy characters that are in the California parks,
Right.
and they're the ones that are getting all of the attention, especially now that they have updated the costumes and the hair pieces to look a little more authentic. They're actually getting crowds around them, whereas the Mandalorian is not. That's not a good sign. Then when you also consider that I think a lot of people are just going to wait for it to drop to streaming, I think there's a hesitancy to spring for the ticket cost. So unless they have something that they are going to spring in the movie that is a surprise that hits positively for the audience, I don't think it's going to do very well.
You know,
And that's a shame.
Lauren, I think I've figured out what the problem is, at least at Galaxy's Edge and Disney World, is the fact that they just have not introduced Lizzo and Jack Black's characters to the parks there at Galaxy's Edge. Of course, those are the
Oh
characters
no.
that everybody wants to see are Lizzo and Jack Black. I don't even remember. I know that they were in the season 3, and I remember watching it going like my whole brain just kind of shut off uh, as far as the story was concerned, because when you have a Star Wars, you cannot bring actors like that are specific. Like Jack Black and Lizzo are so specific as people. Bringing them in to Star Wars, it just like super just took me out of whatever the story was. I know that they were like royalty, and that's all I remember. It's so weird. I don't even know why they did that, but it's strange. It will be interesting to see how this performs. If it's good, if it's actually a good movie and the audience that goes to see it likes it and there's good word of mouth about it, it's possible that it could leg out really well. I mean, we have no idea. John Favreau directed it. I don't know. It could be a decent movie, but there's a huge problem, I think, generally speaking, with the box office for the rest of the year. And I don't think that there's anything super exciting. Like, for example, I think Spider-Man is the next big Marvel thing to come up. Is that right? Does anybody else know? Isn't
I think
Spider-Man the
you're
next
right.
big Marvel project? I mean, it's
Yeah.
Sony, but it's MCU.
Yeah.
There should be a lot of buzz and a lot of excitement around Spider-Man, but the fact that Daredevil Born Again season 2 is getting such low viewership, and there
Right.
is a tie-in between Daredevil Born Again season 2 to this Punisher thing that's going to drop, and then to Spider-Man. And if the interest is low for that, it kind of concerns me that the interest in Marvel and Spider-Man. I mean, it's a Spider-Man movie. I think it like has to do well, right? Like,
Yeah.
how can a Spider-Man movie not do well? It's Spider-Man. I don't know. It's just weird. The characters, you know,
They look better here.
they do. I'm seeing them really small, but they're as I think. And Barry, you've interacted with them, right? I
Yeah, I was.
stream.
Yep, I was there on Tuesday, and the thing was, Luke looks pretty good. I mean, he's okay. I think that the Princess Leia, she's been the one that they've had for the last couple of years, that have been at Star Wars Night, and then the new Han Solo I thought looked the best. He was great, but ultimately of all the new characters that are back, Darth Vader and the Imperial Stormtroopers are my favorite.
Oh yeah.
I tracked
yeah,
the. Oh, go ahead, please. Don't.
That's understandable. That's the real draw. And one of the more interesting things that did get forwarded to me yesterday, I don't know if I'm cleared to say who sent it to me, but I don't think it's a huge secret because he was forwarding a public YouTube video. Is that somebody there in the parks was interacting with the actress who was playing Ahsoka on scene, and
Mm.
the actress who is playing Ahsoka is giving the story bit that the reason that the original trilogy characters are now in the park is they're saying that the world between worlds has been shattered and that is having an effect on the timeline. So
Really?
that's their in-park explanation. Whether
Mhm.
that's something that's going to be taken for storytelling going forward, I don't know. But that's what the Ahsoka actress within the park was saying for the explanation for the original trilogy characters being in this era and location are.
Interesting. I
We
hadn't
also
heard
got
that.
some video of Luke Skywalker interacting with Ahsoka herself there, which I thought was very, very interesting. I wasn't actually anticipating that this crossover would actually happen in Galaxy's Edge, but suffice it to say, that's a very interesting plot line, Lauren. I didn't hear about that one, but it kind of makes sense. And look, we kind of want these interactions, right? We want these interactions between characters and
Yeah.
these fun moments and so forth.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it's always been a mistake that they were trying to enforce an era-specific storyline within the parks. I think that works against what you're trying to do within the parks, which is essentially bring people in and sell merchandise. If you're trying to impose a story upon something that is random events within a park, that's not going to work. Yeah, that's not what you're here to do. So I would be surprised if they took the storytelling element into the actual movies or shows or anything like that. I think it's just an explanation for what's going on in the parks. I'll see if I can actually find which channel it was that was publishing that information so that people can view the video. Give me a minute and I'll try and find that.
Right.
One of the things that. Oh, go ahead.
Well, very quickly, Bob, this footage comes from Parks and Cons, Disney Scoop Guy, and Layla, I believe, on X, where she dressed up as Mandalorian for
Yeah.
Mandalorian Grogu. Very interesting. Go ahead, Bob, please.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I really liked the interactions that they had with the, guests. What's really cool is how they've really focused on, getting a lot of photos with the children and the kids, which I thought was great. They did adults as well, but they really did focus on the kids in the park, which is really cool. The other thing is, though, some of the interactions are really cool, but you can't hear them very well. Granted, it's loud. You hear the music playing from John Williams in the park, which really has increased the atmosphere in the park, which is a great and amazing. However, there are times when, like right now, you see they're interacting and stuff. I wanted to be able to hear what they're saying. And I almost wish they were on mics so you could hear them. Now, when they're having personal conversations with the guests, I don't think we really need to hear that per se. But I thought it would have been great if we could hear what they're saying, like in this scene right here. And usually they're talking about the Falcon or something wrong with it, or showing that they're trying to repair it or something. But you really want to hear what's happening and what's going on. You feel like you're missing out. And I almost feel like Universal does it better sometimes over in Harry Potter, because they do have people mic'd up and you can hear what they're saying and what they're doing. And I think if they did that, it would really add to the whole atmosphere, and it would make you feel like you're more part of Galaxy's Edge. And not that you didn't feel it. I mean, you're looking at this going, oh man, this is so cool. They're all interacting, they're talking, everything. But if you can't hear what they're saying, it's kind of like, well, I don't know. It didn't draw me in as much as I'd hoped it did. It was still a great experience, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, it was 3 hours of Star Wars goodness for once over in Galaxy's Edge, which is great.
That's cool. I just wonder when we're gonna get these characters at our location. I mean, I get it that it's at Disneyland, but I'm just curious.
Well, that's the interesting thing, is maybe they're testing it out, but typically they do things like this for Season of the Force, but they're not even calling it Season of the Force this year. In fact, they're not even including that. It's just basically, oh, hey, we got the old trilogy characters coming into Galaxy's Edge, and we're bringing back some new or we're bringing back Hyperspace Mountain, and over in Tomorrowland, we're going to do some new foods and some new merchandise in some of the shops. It did change the First Order shop to Black Spire Outpost, so you can buy some Rebel gear there now. I thought it was interesting because I thought they were getting rid of all of the First Order stuff. You can still buy First Order stuff over there, which I thought was interesting. I would have thought they would have moved that over to Rise of Resistance outdoor market they have over there, or shop, or maybe in the marketplace. But so there's still a few things that are a little inconsistent with the timeline per se, but it's just merchandise, so I don't think it's a big deal. Same with even Darth Vader. When he's walking around, you can hear him if you're close, but I was standing pretty much to the front of the line when he was actually doing photo ops, and he would tell the stormtroopers, hey, get that person. Sometimes you could hear him. Oh, I hear that. And sometimes you couldn't hear him very well, so that was a little disappointing as well.
Oh boy.
It's really interesting, and I think culture could fill us in a little bit about how these parks work, just on a kind of fundamental or management level. Because if I'm not mistaken, Disneyland opting to bring these characters in, I think, relates to their own budget and their own initiatives, and sometimes those aren't consistent division-wide or even between the various resorts. So if Walt Disney World does bring this over, I think it's incumbent upon them, their management, and their budgets to bring these characters over. Am I wrong about that culture?
No,
That's right.
you're spot on because of the way the structure is laid out. But it makes the most sense to do this first in Burbank, because that's where everybody is still, because they didn't relocate because the Nona Lake project got canceled. So, it makes sense because the trip from Burbank is, not that hard, and everybody that's relevant to this process are right there. So it made it removed a lot of other factors that Florida would have had to include, like travel and accommodation, et cetera, et cetera.
Right. By the way, Burbank being in the area, Bob couldn't help himself. He had to make an appearance here at the new rebranded Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, which I thought was kind of funny there. So
There you go.
I also think this is a kind of a shift to get rid of the era, just like they are with Marvel. They're getting rid of the era that really underperformed because it was aimed not at anybody specifically, but at a non-existent audience. And I think that's. I think they really have probably realized they can't force culture; they just can land on it. They need to go back to the model, like, let's say, where they stumbled onto the success of Frozen and things like that. And I think that's kind of the direction that they're going to want to take this. And the question is, does that spill over into Dana's realm or not? You know,
Yeah.
because I don't know if we can answer that question yet.
Well, this is interesting too, and I want to get to Lauren's thought on this, and then we can obviously move on to something else. But this thought was interesting. So Imagineering, they showcased the new props that were in Doc Ondors now, and you can see right here they had substituted some props out, like the Battle of Yavin Metal, for example, and some busts of some very prominent characters like Darth Maul and Sheev Palpatine. And you can see what they put up in their places. This Brendok Witch Bow and this Brendok Witch Staff. I think this is the first time I've ever seen anything from the Acolyte featured in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. It is there currently in Doc Ondors, at least at Disneyland. I thought that was a little bit interesting how it's like, wow, this is such a popular show, and it's featured here.
That doesn't make any sense.
No.
No.
And actually, I did walk into Doc Ondars to, kind of check out some of that stuff, but also look some merchandise. It was pretty packed. Unfortunately, I didn't feel like they added enough new items to the shop. I felt like they could have added more, because the thing about Galaxy's Edge is kind of gotten stale with all the merchandise, the lightsabers, everything that they have, and they kind of need to shake things up. And I didn't feel like they shook it up enough over at the new Black Spire outpost or at Doc Ondar. So who knows? Maybe they're going to roll out some new things, over the next few weeks. Maybe not, but I'm kind of hoping they shake things up a little bit more. But I did notice that some of these things were up there.
Crazy. I mean, Chapek talked about how this partnership with the consumer products and Imagineering, right? Bringing like 300 items for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge specifically. I know it was a Herculean task to get as many land-specific items in there as possible. You would think that they would undergo a similar process to get even more, especially now, 7 years on, and the timelines change and everything like that. But we still haven't yet seen this. Lauren, you surprised that they're now featuring Acolyte props in Galaxy's Edge?
Well, I expect it's probably a lot like the other stuff that is related to the various eras that Disney has tried to push. They probably have lots of overstock that they need to get rid of. So I'm a little surprised they'd be centering it, but it may be that they're just trying to get rid of it. So,
True.
It's just really something right here. Just really something.
I mean, don't you guys have like a character warehouse where they bring all the other stuff that hasn't sell and discount it down there?
Yeah, so they have Company D, and then they have the actual warehouse where only employees can go to that in the back. Yeah, they do have those.
Okay.
Indeed.
Freedoms.
I have a question for Barry, since we're talking about your streaming Tuesday. Any issues with streaming in the parks right now? Has anybody come up to you and cast member said anything like that? I'm just we're hearing that they're cracking down, and I'm just wondering what that means, or if that means anything, or if it's pretty much the same.
No, it's pretty much the same. I'm hearing too that there's some things going back internally in the company, and I got something this morning, but not ready to talk about it yet. But it's interesting because they have not changed anything. I think the problem with, and I was talking about this with Vash on his Parkcast yesterday, is that there's a lot of rumors going around, and the thing is, a lot of these articles, like the Fox article and the thing with New York Post, they're talking about all these changes, but some of these changes have been in effect for a while. Obviously, there's no selfie sticks. You can't use those. Disneyland Paris, I went there a few years ago, and you could use a selfie stick. Well, now they're following the same policy as all the other Disney parks where they don't allow it. And as far as gimbals have not been removed from rides yet. You can still use them. Obviously, certain rides like Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway, you need to have a wrist strap attached to the gimbal. And as long as you have that, you can ride it. Yes, there's always concerns about safety, about phones, coming off and people dropping water bottles. But the article also said, oh, you can't have backpacks stuff. I take my backpack everywhere I go on every single ride. So nothing has changed really. Could there be changes come down the pipeline very soon? Of course. We just have to wait for Disney to make official announcements. They haven't made any official announcements yet, but nothing has been changed. And I was streaming last night in the park and didn't have any issues. So.
Okay. Yeah, I've just been curious about it. I haven't tried myself. And like one of the things I was am concerned with if I go to try and stream in the park is am I like this was really weird. When I had never streamed at Universal, like I'd seen everybody stream at Disney, so it wasn't a big deal. But when I tried to stream at Universal, I've not seen a lot of people stream at Universal. I know Lorena has, but the first time I asked the guest services about it, and they really didn't have a clue. Like they're
Mm.
like we don't even know. And so
Yeah.
it was. I mean, obviously Universal is very very strict about like not filming on the vast majority of rides and such.
Yeah.
But it was, I'm just wondering even how how it would be enforced outside of if you're streaming and while you're doing it you're being rude to other guests specifically, or like going up to people and asking for interviews and stuff like that. I mean, there are certain behaviors that I have seen where streamers are completely out of line,
Mhm.
but the vast majority of streamers are they try to be respectful. And I know you are, and a lot of my friends that stream are respectful. And you kind of, I try to lay back, and it's very interesting. I would hate that there are. It would be awful if like just a few people that were overwhelmingly disrespectful, trying to do interviews, getting in people's spaces, like halting lines and stuff. That all of that behavior could definitely happen, and it would really stink for everybody if a few
Yeah.
just got streaming completely banned.
Well, we've we've
Well,
been we've been
uh,
tracking the history of this stuff. I know Bob and I have, and some others throughout the course of that pod place and now Vashkai Park cast. We've been tracking the higher profile incidents involving big streamers. We're not talking like I mean, as big as Bob is. You know, you have the ice show speeds, which are in a different category, right? And you have like Oblivion, who streams on Kick and so forth. Face Rug actually streaming on various platforms, and we've been tracking when they actually visit the parks and the disturbances that have been caused by maybe them live streaming. For them, it's a little bit different because they're almost like celebrities, right? Or maybe modern day celebrities by the definition there. When they live stream, people see it they're live streaming and they actually go to them, and that can create a lot of disturbances for guests around in those areas or at the exit of attractions, for example, which is what a lot of people have done in the past, and we've detailed those in various coverage over the years. But this Oblivion incident involving this swatting incident, in which you had multiple ingress and egress points around Disneyland Resort that were covered by police vehicles. You had overhead shopper there, and all of that. That was a very high profile incident, which obviously disturbed Disney's business in a big way.
yeah.
Following that incident, that's where these rumors kind of came about that maybe Disney was looking to do something. In that instance, I can definitely see Disney maybe enforcing the policies that they currently have against behavior like that, kind of this case on case basis here. But for the average, I shouldn't say average, maybe a little bit above average, Berry Place 28 theme park casual or Accordion California stream, I don't really see the hammer being, struck down on those particular individuals because, well, to be honest, they haven't really had the same disruption, any disruption actually, but certainly not the same disruption that you see with these very high profile streamers that have gone there to essentially mine content from the park.
I think Lorena wants to say, see you later. You got to leave, dear?
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go. Unfortunately, I didn't have a whole lot to spend today, but I did want to drop in and support. So, thanks everybody for being here, and I'll see you all soon.
Thank you, Lauren.
All right.
Lorena.
See ya.
All right.
Bye.
Thank
Seeing
you.
you.
Bye.
Yeah. Actually, I want to input something today. When I was over at Epcot for Road Drop, I did see a streamer on the opposite side streaming. So I, to me, I feel like that. I don't think there's any issues or anything like that streaming at the parks. I think everything's probably just as normal. and same thing with Universal.
Yeah, I mean,
I,
I,
I never I
okay.
never had issues with Universal when I streamed the parades and stuff like that.
Yeah. The I have friends that, I mean, there are certain creators that's literally the
Yeah,
only thing that they're doing for their
exactly.
living is park streaming. And I just think there's quite a few that I know that I'm friends with or friendly with or whatever. And I like them all, and I would not want them to like instantaneously lose what is pretty much 100% of their livelihood.
Yeah,
That would totally stink.
yeah. Like Run on the Go is one of them too. I mean,
That's not me,
I
by
mean,
the way, for those people
no,
that
yeah.
Yeah.
Run on the
I've been
Go is
I've been asked.
Ron's on the go when he runs to the bathroom. You can see him
I'm
move real
well,
fast.
yeah.
yeah,
Boy, am I ever.
Guys,
It's
yeah.
all that weight loss and weightlifting, Ron. You're working out in a different way.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Lon.
I apologize, guys. I've got to drop as well, but hope all of you guys have a great rest of your weekend. I was happy to be here, and say hi to Erica when she pops in for me.
She's in
Absolutely.
chat. She's in her chat. I haven't seen her popped in here, but
Oh, she is. She's stopped. She's in.
she's in the chat. I don't know if she's able to pop in. But thank you, Lauren, for
Lauren,
coming.
Thank you,
You
Lauren.
better
get
Love you, bro.
wings.
You bet, guys.
All
Everybody
right, see
take
you,
care.
Lauren.
Bye
See
bye.
you.
Thank you. Yeah,
It's the Lauren of the wings.
this is a, this is certainly a prominent topic with a lot of different opinions and so forth. A lot of people have histories, maybe their own histories with live streaming, both positive and negative, right? Some people who are international who can't visit these parks really have this connection to the parks through live streaming. I think it's absolutely fantastic. But of course, we all either have experienced or know somebody who has had a bad experience with a live streamer, and that's no good either. So the cracking down on this kind of stuff, of course, those conversations are actually happening. Whether or not they actually manifest in policy, whole different story. Go ahead, Bob.
No, I wasn't going to say anything. I was just.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were. I thought you were going to.
I'll tell you about a personal incident it really didn't become anything, but it was uncomfortable for me. I was streaming. It's has to be like over a year ago, but I got on Ratatouille. What is the name of that? What is it called? It's the Ratatouille ride.
Remy's
Remy's
Reinventor.
Yes. Yeah.
So I got on Remy's, and I went to the single rider line. And the people that the cast member put me on with did not want me in their car. They were like, wait, if it wasn't me, it would have been somebody else. Like they still would have been just as complainant about it. It had nothing to do with the fact that I was streaming. It's just that in a big, ginormous 3-seat across vehicle, they wanted it just for the two of them, and I totally understand. But because they're doing the single rider line, anybody else would have got shoved in there. It was just weird for me because I happened to be live streaming at the time, and so I kind of turned away from them and said, "Okay, audience, I'm going to be quiet and just let you enjoy the ride." And that's all I did. But nothing ever really came of it. I mean, I rode and got off, and it was fine. But it was one of those experiences that sort of, just for me personally, it's sometimes challenging. And Barry, Bob, you know the challenges that sometimes exist when you're live streaming and you're trying to be as respectful of people surrounding around you. It's a challenge sometimes.
Well, I always try to make sure that certain rides like Pirates of the Caribbean or on Indiana Jones, showing right there, that, I always try to sit in the very, very back. I always try to dim my phone so it's not bright or anything like that. Unfortunately, you can't please everyone. There have been times when I was single rider for Indiana Jones and I got put in the very front row. And I remember that I was sitting there and this guy said, you're going to turn that off, right? Because he was sitting in the second row behind me, but on the opposite side, he was sitting on the left side, I was sitting on the right side. And he said, no, actually, I'm going to be, using this during the ride. And he's like, no, you're not. And he turned to the cast member and says, you're going to make him turn that off, right? And she's like, no, he has every right to, film or stream on this ride. And he's like, oh, and I said, you know what, I can get off, and wait. And the customer said, no, you're not doing that. And he was right there. I was like, oh, okay. And then the guy goes, he's like, well, this is ridiculous. And so he goes, I went off the ride. Well, I guess they need to get it going. And the customer says, I'm sorry, we can't hold up the car anymore. So it went. And I try to do my best. Like, even when I do happen to get in those spots, I will, like, there's a couple of really dark spots in Indiana Jones where like the car shuts down, the Jeep, and I will literally like hold it close to my chest or off to the side, hold my hand over it so that it even though I have my phone dim, you can still see it in the complete
right.
So I try to hide it, and I just try to make sure that it's not a horrible experience for other guests, because I go all the time. I don't want to ruin someone's experience who's there for the first time or who hasn't been there in like 30 years or whatever. So I always try to be conscious of what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, because I don't want to ruin someone else's experience. I was on the ride yesterday, and it was kind of a fun joke, but I was on Pirates of the Caribbean when it actually broke down and the lights came on. Everyone's like, "Oh, you're ruining it for us," but I couldn't help that. Give me 1 second. Someone's at my door. I apologize. I'll be right back.
No problem, Bob.
That was
Got you. Yeah, no, it's. I mean, there are a myriad of live streamers who are extremely respectful and try to be respectful to everybody else around them, right?
It's true.
Sometimes, like Bob said, you can't please everybody. But I know that the streamers that we certainly have relations with, and who we meet, and we're on each other's streams all the time. They really do try to do the utmost in order to make it as hospitable to everybody else around them as possible, right? Obviously, you don't want to diminish anybody's experience, especially if it's a first timer, international guest, or otherwise. So it's really, look. I mean, I think that Park Place had a video on this as well. I think it got over 900 comments or something like that from people chiming in, telling their experiences or their opinions on this. It's definitely a hot topic, a hot subject, and hopefully we provided a little bit of clarity last night on Vash Guy Barcast and on here. Tom, I really appreciate you providing this time to do that, because there's a lot of misinfo out there for sure.
Well, as I said, it's Erica's platform, and talk about anything that comes up in general chat, and that's it. She said, go ahead, take it over for the 2 shows. So I'm more than happy to talk about anything you guys want to bring up.
Cool.
Except for Ron lifting those strange weights. I don't like doing that. They hurt. I'm getting too old.
Yeah.
Indeed. Indeed.
So
Yeah.
I had people watching this.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
They've seen this video with this B-roll, and they're like, well, what ride is that? We don't have that here in Florida. I'm like, no, I don't think we do.
Yeah,
There's a couple rides.
it's something that people will expect that we're going to get, but we're not going to get that. We're going to get planes. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to get planes.
We're going to get planes in a riverbed. That's what I
Yes.
call it.
Planes in a riverbed. Okay.
I think Blog Mickey had an update on that today, actually, where they were going full bore in terms of work happening to that area right there, and I'm still stunned by that decision that you go forward with something like this.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of money. You're going to take out the heart of this theme park, and yet you're not going to actually dedicate it to Radiator Springs Racers or Radiator Springs as we know it in Cars Land, which has been so tremendously successful for the company. It's crazy. I just don't get it.
The thing is, it's too far along now for them to reverse course.
Right.
No.
What about
go ahead.
Sorry. What
No,
about the pushback now? I mean, they aren't they on hold right now because of the whole thing with DeSantis? What's the deal going on with that?
So there is some. There's a court case. I think a civil case actually transpiring right now, in which there were revelations about what actually transpired between, DeSantis's team and also to Disney's team when it came to the deconstruction of the RCID. Everybody will remember the Parental Rights and Education Bill, in which Disney had some opinions about that and said that they were going to take up the legal challenge and getting it overturned and so forth. And, well, the state didn't appreciate their authority being challenged there. And so they were like, hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and re-examine that 1967 deal right there. And they did, and the RCID is officially no more. In its place was set up CIFTOD, in which you have, or the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District, in which you have a board as selected by the governor actually overseeing the operations of Walt Disney World property, essentially. Well, you remember at around that time they had these kind of binding covenants in which the RCID kind of rammed through right there, and they were trying to basically establish almost like homeowners association law, and say that, oh no, we actually have the authority, and we'll go ahead and attempt to basically make that authority concrete for an extended period of time, even after the RCID's dissolution. So it was like, you can't do that. But in this recent court case, which is what I think Florida Politics actually highlighted on their site, the transcript of the court proceedings were made public, and it detailed the conversations that were actually that Disney with their legal team, which, by the way, I think also did legal services for DeSantis at one point, so that's a really kind of interesting thing there. But they were detailing about like the plan to pass those covenants, and there's been some great work on this done by Legal Mindset and even Pro and some others there, going into just how non-binding those are and how it was all kind of slipped through the dead of night. But I mean, it is clear that that CIFTOD has approved of the plans to expand Magic Kingdom and to replace the Rivers of America and so forth. There was a little bit of holdup when it came to Swift Mud, which is the central, I think it's the South Florida Water Management District. Yeah. They had some issues with the permitting that Disney was undergoing to get things approved for Magic Kingdom. They just wanted a little bit more specificity, especially as it related to local wildlife and other things. They were eventually able to get those approved as well. So sadly. Sadly. And we were all hoping that CIFTOD would actually, raise some ire on removing Rivers of America, but obviously bigger priorities there. So they are going forward, and construction is going at a rapid pace over there in Magic Kingdom. We'll have to see what the end result of all of this will be, but they're going full speed ahead. And it sounds like to me, in terms of the negotiations between CIFTOD and Disney, what Disney wants to do in terms of their economic investment for Walt Disney World, I think $17 billion over 10 years is what they've said. Yeah. I don't think that's going to be impeded by CIFTOD. And to be honest, that's not really CIFTOD's role necessarily. Their role is to ensure that there is a hospitable arrangement or working together between the state, the counties, and Disney. That hadn't really previously existed before. The RCID was kind of almost a state or even its own country unto itself. Which, by the way, if you look at it, if you examine it constitutionally, it shouldn't have ever existed. No. But it did, and so when it comes to like for example, Disney was supposed to provide for taxes and infrastructure related to like their cast members, for example. You're talking about now it's like 4 parks, right? But even back in the day, you had a significant tens of thousands of people working there. What CIFTOD actually detailed in their, I think, 80-page report when they were looking into this was a lot of the traffic on like I-Drive and then the I-4 and everything like that. A lot of that had to do with cast members, going in and out of the district. And it was like, well, wait a minute, you were supposed to provide low-income housing in order to prevent some of these things from happening. And there was no enforcement mechanism in place in order to hold Disney to that agreement. Well, now you have CIFTOD, and that's kind of more of the role that CIFTOD plays in there in order to be a little bit more, let's say, culture, I dare say, equitable between these two entities, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I unfortunately have to step away. Unfortunately, I my Git library just got corrupted, so I gotta go.
Oh no.
So it'll be fine. Anyway, so yeah, I always I'm always backing up. So, but no, I think thanks for having me as usual. I really hope everything's going well for our friends, and I hope to each and every one of you have a marvelous weekend. And hopefully this afternoon I'll get back to gardening, and that'll chill me out. Very good.
Cool.
So we'll see you
Thank
later.
you so much,
See you later,
Culture. Love you, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, see you,
Have a
Culture.
good one. Have a nice weekend.
Absolutely. But it's
Awesome.
I was just going to chime in too that
Sure.
RCID was never created to run parks. That wasn't the point. It was created to run a city that never existed, and
Right.
that's the problem. I mean, even when I there was a long time in my life when I thought to myself, it would have been really, really cool if Epcot had happened the way it was supposed to, if we would have got Progress City the way it was supposed to. But I have come to the conclusion over the last several years, and with everything that happened with RCID and SIFTOD, and and honestly, if Walt Disney had lived another 20 years, I still don't think that Epcot, I don't think Progress City would have ever been made, at least not in the way, not in the company town manner that Walt wanted it to be. Because I just don't think all those agreements could have been made with all the different companies and people living inside. And then the other problem was that Epcot was supposed to be a place that would showcase future technology. In other words, beta versions of everything. Well, now technology moves so fast, increases so fast that they would have been having to switch out appliances and homes and everything once every 3 months, and it still wouldn't have been fast enough for today. I mean, back in the day, sure, you could have showcased something that was maybe 5 years in the future. Now it's just moving, and like when you look at what the concept of Progress City was supposed to be versus by the time it would have gotten built, maybe it would have taken up till 1980 to get the whole thing built out. And it was supposed to be bigger than the city of Orlando as far as a city footprint. It just would have never worked. And of course, they ended up building Celebration and Golden Oak, and they're not exactly the same. And of course, they've also had to separate those off from Walt Disney property. All kinds of issues. But in the end, really doesn't, like, RCID should not have existed from the moment that Epcot became a park. When they introduced the concept, when they said, well, Epcot's not going to be a city, it's just going to be another theme park. At that point in time, I'm not saying that RCID should have been dissolved, but the government of Florida should have looked at it then and said, okay, we need to kind of change some things because I don't think it's a good idea for you guys to be able to build a nuclear power plant facility if you want to, or any of that other stuff.
There should have been some sunsetting. There should have been a reevaluation clause in which, hey, if you want to retain your rights with our, as established by RCID, we're going to go ahead and analyze this every 5 years, 10 years to make sure that you are holding up your end of the bargain, right? And my whole thing has always been, look, it's the Reedy Creek Improvement District. Okay, well, the district has been improved. So I just don't think it should have been in perpetuity. It certainly helped them in improving that district and doing the things that they need to do to establish Walt Disney World. There's no question about that. And they moved heaven and earth to make attractions like Magic Kingdom, the three resorts that were opened, Epcot, and all of that. They absolutely, I think, needed those powers because I just don't know if a Herculean task could have been accomplished otherwise. But when the company transitioned from the family company that, was Walt and the boys to this kind of media empire, when they decided on, we're going to go step away from Epcot as a city to Epcot as a theme park, like Ron said, that should have instantly been, okay, well, then you lose your rights to be RCID. Because, and we talked about it during the time, but could you imagine if Disney were bought out by some maybe foreign entity? Now you have a foreign entity essentially running its own city with its own powers in the middle of the continental United States. That's insane. So there were a lot of problems with it, and it should have been reevaluated years ago. Yep. state actually threatened to do this actually back in the 80s when Disney was playing hardball on a couple of things, and eventually Disney acquiesced in order to keep those powers. Also, too, a lot of the donations that would actually happen in Florida were equal amongst the parties because Disney didn't actually know or couldn't predict who would actually be in power at the time, but they wanted to retain their own powers with the RCID. So it was all kinds of things that I think needed. I think this was coming to a head anyway. The fact that how it happened was not good, but it needed to be
Blame it on
reevaluated.
Iger. Blame it on his mouth
Exactly. I mean,
and his delusions of running for president.
Jeez, a weatherman running for president.
Hey, listen, we've had actors running for president and won.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on a second.
Was that
Hi,
But what
guys.
about? Oh, there she is.
the gal herself.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Yay!
She dropped. She's.
Oh.
I know she is.
She's there and she dropped.
She has spotty.
What about that talk that they were gonna build? What about that talk they were trying to build a Disney World airport and they didn't do it? Weren't they supposed to do that?
It was
ahead,
in the
Connor.
initial plans. Yeah, I mean there was. It was toward the south side of the property. There was actually an airstrip, landing strip that's actually still there, but it's used as a street now.
Yeah.
That was a private situation, but a public airport was supposed to be built on the south side of the property that was in the plans for Epcot. That never got built, but they had full authority, to do that. It's funny because as time went on, they were stripping themselves of the plans that they had the authority to do because it's just weird to me that the state never looked at that and said, okay, you know what, you guys aren't doing all of these things. Let's look at you and like Sif Todd, what it is now, it probably should have been created a long time ago. Kind of wish that it would have gotten created before they got rid of the band at Grand Floridian, and maybe they would have said, no, you can't, you got to keep the band, but I don't think they would have done that. I really missed they exchanged a band for a bar.
That's a whole nother subject I'm not getting into.
Yeah, I speaking of which, I got to get out.
Yeah, you got to go, Ron. You going to cause some more trouble someplace?
I will have the video for Lauren and myself with Gina Carano and Star Wars. That will be up later today. I just found a glitch in it, and so I'm going to have to take it down from the upload that I did and re-edit and re-upload. It shouldn't take that much time, but hopefully that will get up today so you guys can watch it today or anytime over the weekend. It's a really, really good discussion because, of course, Lauren is there. It's not about me, but Lauren is fantastic when it comes to all things Star Wars. So definitely go check it out when it comes up. And
Cool.
I think that my wife and I are going to do a special dish this Sunday at 5:00. So, and then of course may happen. So
that'd be cool.
Fantastic.
Very cool.
Yeah, nice.
Thanks,
All
Ron.
right, Bob. I'll see you at Disneyland and the parks from your streaming. Thank God I can still watch.
Thanks, Ron. I hope you have a great day. Have a great weekend.
Thank you guys. Thank you for letting me be here.
No
Later.
problem. There you go.
And then there were four.
There were four.
Guys, give me 1 second. I'll be right.
Yep,
Sure.
you got it. Now there are three.
We're
No.
down to four of us. Wow. Is
That's
it me?
all right.
Did I forget to use deodorant?
Hey, I just took a shower, so I know I'm clean. I'm clear.
It's the beer breath that's coming through the mic.
Yeah, the what was it? The airport and the landing strip that Ron was talking about. I believe they were one of the unique features of that landing strip that was used in the early era. I believe it's been grown over and hard to find nowadays. It might still exist.
I think it's like south of the Contemporary. I remember the old pictures that I saw, and I think it's still there, but it's not used anymore.
Right, it's not used. It hasn't been used in decades.
Yeah.
But one of the very unique features about it was that there were these kind of I guess they were kind of, you can almost think of them as speed bumps, but much smaller. And they would be run over by any plane that was actually coming in. And they were spaced out in such a way that they would actually play the tune "When You Wish Upon a Star," I believe, as the plane was coming in. It was like a really unique like thing. Like what?
Hey Vash, hold
Go
that
ahead.
That's a
thought a
Disney
second.
thing.
Hold that thought a second. I
Go
got
ahead, Tom.
somebody on my phone that wants to say hi.
Sure.
Go ahead, Erica.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for being here and supporting us.
Hello, Erica.
Hey.
We have big news we will be announcing, I would say maybe next week.
All right. Awesome.
Cool.
They're
Can't wait
saying
to
awesome.
hear.
I don't know if you could probably hear them watching on yeah. Okay.
No, I have the stream off right now because I would just get a really bad echo and it would take up more of what bandwidth I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
But our internet's very weak where we are. But just so everyone knows, we are leaving our
Vacation
past
rental.
and coming to our future.
Yep.
And we will see you guys on the other side.
All right.
They're saying all right.
Awesome.
Awesome.
They might.
So I'm kind of pointing there. Now you can see her screenshot, but
Mhm.
she's not on video. It's just a call. So I'm not letting anybody see her number. Go away. No, you can't have it. Okay, you still want to talk, or you want me to? What do you want me to do, dear?
No, I guess I should go. We have to get to bed. Our flight leaves in the morning. Hint, hint.
Oh,
And
awesome.
yep, that's a big hint. We are flying. So like I said, we'll see you guys on the other side. So yeah, hopefully next week I will be up and running, and me and Raph, or at least me, maybe not Raph.
Okay.
I'll be on stream for sure.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Well,
Awesome
Thanks,
news.
guys.
You're
I'll see
welcome.
you later.
Talk to you later.
Awesome.
Sounds-
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. That's good.
I had to
Awesome.
break in for that. Sorry.
Nah, no worries. Whatever works.
That was awesome, and so
That is super cool. That is super cool. Well, we happen to know what might be going on behind the scenes, and it's super exciting, guys. Trust me, you want to go ahead and
going to be a
tune
really
in.
cool thing.
Yeah,
That's great.
definitely want to tune into this channel right here going forward, because I think there's going to be a lot of cool stuff coming down the pike. That's going to be awesome.
Going to be
Absolutely.
definitely going to be fun.
Let's
It's I kind of like my little Bark Magnitude takeover, so I'm wondering if she goes on vacation again if I get to do it.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
But I gotta
that's
behave with the dogs because he's drunk on the
I
table
know.
behind me.
There's something
Speaking
else.
of which,
Oh, go ahead.
speaking of which, 2 days left, and Big Thunder Mountain's gonna open up.
That's true. Yeah, it'd be really cool to get Big Thunder back at Walt Disney World, because man,
I know
that whole west side now is just it's kind of terrible actually. Like there's nothing to go past there if you're going to like Country Bear or Pirates of the Caribbean. Like why would you go any further?
I know.
Listen,
I haven't been there since. I don't know. I've been to Magic Kingdom, but I haven't been on that side because it's just ugly to look at. Now I'm just wondering, are they going to put up the walls any faster in the next 2 days on the right side of the ride?
I mean, from what I understand, it's going up pretty quick. It might be a temporary wall, which if it is, it wouldn't maybe take them that long. You're probably looking at a pretty decent turnaround time. But even if they don't get it like day one, I don't think that's going to stop them from actually opening up that attraction. Operations has got to be yelling at them saying, "We're going to get this open no matter what."
when you
views
have a
be damned.
10-year-old come to you and say, Grandpa, Grandma, we took, you took me to Disney last time, and I've been looking at some of the stuff at Disney, and not a lot of stuff's open.
Yeah.
Right. Which is a... Oh, go ahead, please.
Yeah, Big Thunder needs to be open. I mean, they need it open because you can't just have like just multiple attractions down after that. I mean, it's definitely going to be a big. It's definitely going to be huge for Big Thunder to come back. So that way, people have something to ride.
Yeah, I mean that the problem right now is, let's say somebody, like a family goes down to that side of the park, right? And the only
Yeah.
thing you can really go there for is Tiana's. Well, hypothetically, if you did want to ride Tiana's, maybe not everybody wants to ride Tiana's. And previously,
Yes.
it was like, okay, we'll just go over to Big Thunder Mountain Railroad and we'll meet
That's
up
right.
after. You can't really do that now. So it's just how that park works is very incumbent on these kind of big stalwarts on each one of the corners, right? And not having Big Thunder for this long, whew, I can. I'm sure there were a lot of operations managers that were not thrilled about that prospect, but these things have a shelf life, and kudos to Disney to actually go through, replace the track, because we had a similar event happen at Disneyland in which we had our track replaced. A lot of improvements were actually made. I know that, especially with modern Disney and with cast members who have various levels of experience with that attraction, to simplify operations, to redo the entire system by which coaster trains are dispatched and everything like that, we should see enhanced operations, more reliability, and better effects. So at the end, it's going to be worth it, I think. I hope.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll see. But
I hope so too. I just I mean, the only thing they featured was the rainbow caverns with lights, and that's it. But question is, are they going to add any of the dynamite effects that you guys had at Disneyland? Because I went last year and rode your Big Thunder Mountain, and that was great.
Yeah.
With the effects and all that. So the question is, are they going to have the effects? We shall see.
Which, if you haven't seen those, I think I have some B-roll of that specifically. I'll go ahead and look it up at the back.
Oh yeah. The new bats. Yeah. Oh yeah. The cardboard bats.
They got new bats. They also said that they were going to do in that sequence, instead of like the dynamite scene as it's depicted in Disneyland.
Yeah.
They were going to do, I think.
Gold.
Yeah, it was going to be gold.
I actually can hear the sound
gold.
for a second. We can hear the background.
You can hear the sound? Where? Sound from where? Where's that coming from?
I don't know.
Oh. That might have been me. Sorry about that, guys.
Okay, no worries.
That might have been me. I don't know how that actually came through there. I do apologize. But,
no problem.
yeah, they were going to have maybe a explosion effect that revealed gold. Is that right, Bob?
You're muted.
Yeah. Oh, Barry, you're muted.
You're muted, Bob.
Sorry, I have to be careful. I have blinds being installed in my house, and there's a lot of noise going on in the background. Yeah, so basically, they're going to hit the mother load of gold, and you're going to see that at the very end of the ride. So it's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, which I hope is as dazzling as what is currently experienced at Disneyland's version of this attraction, because that ending, especially when it works correctly with all the puffs of smoke that should actually take place, is really actually quite impressive. But it's not maybe 100% reliable each time, and a lot of Walt Disney World park goers have been anticipating something like that coming to this version of the attraction for a lot of years now. So we're hoping that whatever they do in this area is going to be up to snuff when compared to Disneyland's, but I'm not too sure, actually. I'm trying to find my stock footage right here. Let me see. Yeah, I think it's right here. Let me see if I can get this going. I think maybe here. Yeah, there you go. See what that looks like here. And I think it works properly in this footage.
There you go.
Right there. A bunch of projection effects right there. Awesome. Yeah. Setting up that lift hill. You can see the smoke effects piling out. It's really, really impressive. And then that big old explosion right there in the center. Really, really cool. It is awesome.
It is a cool effect. I mean, seeing it last year, it was like, okay, we better have that.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure, like, everyone here is anticipating something like that, but we shall see.
Are we going to get like a half flopped over Tiana?
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know.
I mean, they
But
could take her out of one environment, put her in with the fuse. Maybe they'll warm up and won't be so,
Tom.
Oh my.
there has been a Tiana update. I want to see if I can actually find it. I'm going to feature this on.
Yes, they stopped buying their parts from Timu.
Yeah.
Well, it's gotten worse, actually.
Oh, boy.
Oh no.
Yeah, a lot worse.
How
I'm gonna
could it?
feature this.
I'm not going to ask how it could get worse.
I mean, I was surprised that there was a more of a what is it, a low point or bottom that could be had, but apparently they have achieved it. And
So
give me a
somebody
second.
said, "Here, hold my beer," and they took it literally.
It was wild. It's absolutely wild.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Give me a second, guys. Let's see.
Freedom
have it in my
Seeker
notes
to
right now,
Okra
but-
probably did stop working. We don't know.
Oh no, the okras.
Oh
That's
no,
too bad.
not the okras, not the okras, the dancing okras. That's
So-
half your animatronic list there.
The first
Oh,
Dragon
man.
Queen
Those
goes, "It could
okras
be on
have
fire."
one
And I'm
job.
thinking
Go
fried
back
okra.
and forth.
Okay,
It's not that difficult.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tom. Sorry.
you know, first Dragon Queen said it could be on fire, and I'm thinking fried okra. Okay,
Yeah, fried okra.
I've actually had fried okra when I was
good.
in Alabama. It's good. Yeah.
I can get it in town here.
Let's see. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to bring this up. I took the notes down, and then I can't access them. So give me a second here. I'm trying to go back to my source. But
Source code.
I was surprised. Here we go. Yeah, I was. Yeah, okay. Let me see here. Come on. Coaster K24 actually has this, which has been doing a great job at detailing of all these things. But he goes on this attraction occasionally. Oh, and my computer is not happy. Great.
Oh boy.
All right, here we go. Like we have something like here.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I see this one. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have no projection right there,
No projections.
which
yes.
is not great. And then we also have this stuff right here, in which Mama Odie is just completely. She's done. She's she's had it.
Napping. She's napping in place.
Yeah. She's
There goes the voodoo witch. I'm sorry. The fairy godmother, whatever it is.
yeah. The Bayou Fairy Godmother, I believe, is what they call it now. You can see
Bayou
right here.
Fairy Godmother, really.
Yeah. And then she's not doing too well either. It's just her head's crooked the entire time.
You know, it's kind of like I have when I had my neck surgery. You know, kind of looking like that. I
Ouch.
can relate.
Oh, it's just ridiculous.
I mean, if you could put a neck brace on her, I think she'll be all right.
And then she's not very expressive when going through her dialogue right there. So
Oh my
that's no
goodness.
good. It's kind of like, what is going on? It's just,
Wow.
this is just the state of how it is now. I mean,
Oh my
and this is
gosh.
partially why I don't bring it up anymore, because this is how Disney wants it, apparently.
That's. I don't know. The only thing with this attraction is just like it's just so quiet now. I mean, people just get on it, they get off it, they say it's cute, and then they just like forget about it. You know, unlike Splash Mountain, you know, they just
Yeah.
you know, there's a difference that with Splash, it's nostalgic and everyone's saying it's a must do. I'm not hearing much of that Tiana is a must do ride. It's pretty much the opposite of what I've heard.
No. You know, it does still demand some weights and stuff like that, but I think
Yeah.
it's more about the log flume nature of the actual attraction and not necessarily
True.
experience
Yes.
that's found within. And I follow some guys who detail and document the history of Splash Mountain, and it's so profound to see the different quality and craftsmanship and care that used to go into this. For example, here you go. Here's some
Oh
stuff
yes.
in which you
Bob,
had
do you want to speak on this before you have to jet? I know you need to leave. Can't hear you.
Bobby there.
Sorry, that's fine. Yeah, go ahead and keep going, Dre, and then I'll chime in.
No, I was just going to say that the quality of craftsmanship, care, and love and detail that they imbued in this attraction is really, really something. And again, it was also the amalgamation of like America Sings and so forth. So there was that kind of history, that kind of handover from Mark Davis's era to the second generation and what they tried to do with this attraction. It's just really sad to see what it has become in recent era. But please go ahead, Bob.
Well, to me, it just felt a lot more alive, and it was a lot more fun. There was a story behind it, and you knew what the story was and the purpose of the ride. Where it's a little more confusing in Tiana's Bayou Adventure. It's not as exciting. There's no antagonist, to go along with the protagonist. It's just, before it was just a lot of fun. And now it's like, okay, I'm here on this ride, and Tiana's looking for some band members, and there's some okay music. And then, oh, that animatronic doesn't work. Oh, that animatronic doesn't work. Oh, that video's not working. Oh, okay, great. And it's really disappointing. Again, we've talked about this multiple times, but they spent a lot of money on this ride, on doing the ride system and the new, audio animatronics and everything. They are amazing robots when they work, but that's the thing is that they just don't work half the time,
right?
And it's really disappointing because, when you had breakdowns on Splash Mountain, you saw them from time to time. But it wasn't always obvious, because everything was on hydraulics and whatnot. And to me, it feels like a huge downgrade. I think if they would have stuck with the story of Princess and the Frog, that would have been a lot better, and I think it would have been a lot more fun, especially with trying to escape from Dr. Facilier at the end of the ride. I think that would have been a lot of fun. It would have been great. It would have been a good transition, but they just try to make things different, and they changed it, and we could rehash this over and over and over, but they've just made changes that, while they had a great idea and in concept for these audio animatronics, they just don't work because of the ride moisture, or the moisture on the ride, the water, all that stuff. So I don't know. I'm just disappointed because I don't usually want to go on this ride. One, because I don't know about you guys, but I've noticed that you get a lot wetter, especially if you're sitting in the front. And two, I just, it's not as exciting as Splash Mountain. And I have a very, warm spot in my heart for Splash Mountain because I was a cast member when Splash Mountain opened, and I got to go to the cast preview, and it was so much fun. It was great. It was exciting. And to see that ride, change to this is just really disappointing. I almost feel like they really need to get rid of this or redo the story and make it better.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I just think that the vibe of it is just different now. Like, I remember getting on Splash Mountain every time, I always get that kind of like nerve wracking feeling going up the hill and then going down. Like, you get that like scare factor. It's not there anymore with
there's no anticipation. There's nothing to build up the excitement of, oh my goodness, they captured Brer Rabbit, and he might die, and there's nothing like that. It's like, oh well, we got to get you to the party.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Right.
Well, you could be kind of scared if they had the party hosted by the View Ladies. That would scare any of us.
Oh
No.
Yes.
That's no good.
But I get what you're saying. It's not the same as Splash. Matter of fact, I'm just going to share something with you. I've never ridden Tiana's because I rode Splash last, and that was it. I just never went back on it.
No, there you go.
Thomas has probably ridden Tiana enough when it comes to all the coverage and video that we've all shared over the years.
Yeah.
So he's gotten his fill of Tiana. I'm sure.
I remember when Ron did his Broccoli Mountain thing, and I started laughing. And,
Oh man. And then you get what else? Then we have our Muppets coming up soon on the coaster.
don't even get me started on that.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
But Bob, you got a jet?
I do have to go, unfortunately,
All
so
right.
I'm going to let you guys have the rest of the show together. But thank you so much for letting me be here and hang out with all of you. Unfortunately, I missed Erica because I had to go talk to the guy who's putting up the blinds in the house. But
Rewind it, you'll see it. You'll hear it.
I know I saw her and I heard her. Okay. But I hope everyone has a great weekend. Please come hang out with me. I'm going to be at Universal's Fan Fest over at Universal Studios Hollywood tomorrow. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'll be back on Monday at Disneyland to stream the Star Wars Night After Dark event. So that should be fun as well. In the meantime, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and thanks for letting me hang out with all of you.
See you later, brother.
Thank you so much,
Well,
Bob.
see ya.
Great to see you.
Thank you.
All
Love you,
right,
man.
bye.
Thank you.
Take care, guys.
Everyone. See ya.
You too. Bye bye.
Dun 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 dun.
Now
Number
there's
three.
three.
Now there's
Yeah.
three, but his is not behaving. There we go.
Yeah, so just looking at this new paint job on the guitar and all that stuff, it's just paint job to me. That's all it is.
Okay.
I mean,
Wait.
it's
I'm going to stop you right there. It's not a paint
Oh.
job to me.
Go
I
ahead,
like
Tom.
guitars way too much.
that's what,
Yep.
No, that looks like it was done with an afterthought. They could have redone the whole thing a lot better and made it look. It looks kind of like meh. Well, we're just going to give it a fake tide. I think it doesn't have this. It doesn't
Okay.
have a nice effect to it. It doesn't look psychedelic to me. It just looks like blah. That's just
like
me.
like you wouldn't play if it was actually guitar like that. You wouldn't play it.
No,
looking like that.
it's just doesn't. They're supposed to be psychedelic. That's too. It's too uniform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there have been concepts of. I mean, Tom and I both know this, and I should have gone over this a little bit in more detail on my show, but there have been concepts of psychedelic guitars for, I mean,
I own
50
one.
years. Yeah.
I own two.
So like, you got stuff like this, which I'm gonna go ahead and share this right there.
Yep.
Okay.
You get stuff like that.
Show up. Yeah, that's a Steve Vibe. Yeah. You know, the other ones on that. If you look back to it, just going, there's so many you could take from.
And also the quality of finish, I
Yes.
thought with these concepts weren't very good. It's
At
like
least
super
red, it
full.
was just red. It was
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
standard Strat color, unmistakable.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you have some stars on the back end of it and everything, but it doesn't.
Well, it's flat though. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
for finishes, I mean, we can run the gamut on guitar finishes. You see right here, like you see how there's like flakes and shine and
Oh
sheen
yeah,
and
you
stuff
should
like that.
see the one I did for Bob's channel. I wish I had the photos on this machine. I don't. The metal flake on that was amazing,
Yeah.
it popped and it made it, and it was done in Disney colors. It was done like that on purpose, and that doesn't look Muppets to me. I'm sorry, it just doesn't.
No.
No.
I was a little bit disappointed with just the quality of the paint job when it came to this. And
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
I
It's
mean, I
not
can only
red.
see a little bit on the top out. That's what they call the horn.
Mhm.
You can see a little bit of shine to it, but the rest of it, it kind of looks like it's really flat paint. I mean, that blue there looks a little shiny.
you got some overspray right here too. Yeah. I mean, it's not like you said, Tom. It's not uniform in terms of its sheen, which is a problem. And I think it would have benefited from more red, as Dan's Life the Game actually brought out there.
Yeah.
They went with more of a pink, which I suppose is fine, but it's just not all it could be. And then I think the big problem that I have is just the gray back there. It's like really, really pronounced. Now, I understand that they were trying to go with a color to offset or contrast from the guitar so that you can bring out the
Control panel. It should have been a chrome instead of a gray.
Yeah.
I get why they did the gray weather, maybe,
Mhm.
but they could have easily did a chrome type panel. Can you go to the front of the picture again? What did they do to screws on the pick guard, or don't they even have it? Okay, they're silver.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And the hardware silver as
Okay.
well.
yeah,
They didn't do
kind of
anything
like
there.
an off aluminum color. The input jack, the input boat is, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, usually those pieces are not.
Traditionally, that would be chrome, or somebody would paint it to match, kind of like it.
Correct.
Chrome black, gold, but that's like a flat aluminum. It just doesn't go.
Yeah. Let me see if I can pull up some strats here to really illustrate this point right here.
Well, let me put my earpiece down, and I can do something even better. Give me a second.
you can get really funky with it. Let me see here. I'm trying to bring some of this stuff up. Let's see here. Sorry, guys.
When was this taken by Blog Mickey?
This was taken earlier this week, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
I think
I don't
I'm
know
on
if-
Tuesday.
I'm not sure if that's the finishing touch or maybe they're gonna probably glossy
Sorry, I
it or
forgot to
something.
mute the mic.
Maybe they were inspired by this. Let me see if I can put this up.
Oh, okay.
But you can see there. This is what Tom was talking about, in which
Yeah, that's a far cry different.
yeah, this is flatter, but you can see even with the hardware, you see how it's kind of custom.
Yeah.
We have custom knobs and
I see, yeah.
the pick guard is like actually see through and not like
Yep.
white as you would
Do it.
traditionally come upon just a bare bone Strat or whatever. You see the chrome input jack right there. Like all of these details are. Oh, go ahead, please,
I'm
Tom.
going to show you something.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
I think that would have looked a lot better with the red, just like that.
That's a kind of a pearlistic, and I just hit my mic. Pearlistic psycho type of paint job. So there you go. I'll let you bring back up this one again. But that's one I built. This is one I built.
Right. And you can see some psychedelic stuff right here, which hopefully this goes through. See right there.
Oh yeah,
What that would
that's
look like.
that's amazing. I
Yeah.
mean, Dragonfly on that, Dreamcatcher type thing going on. You see the chrome offsets, you do it, and it's like,
Yeah. And then this guy, I don't know what was going on with this guy, but he had some stuff going on there. Let's see right there. There's just
yeah, but you see the pickguard flows.
yeah, and the pick guard's not just bare bones.
Yes.
You can see how it really kind of stands out right there. And this guy actually has it under like neon light or whatever, or black light.
Black light, and it probably looks really good.
You could just see like where they could have gone if they really wanted to do something that was in keeping with the tone that they're going for, which is Electric Mayhem, all surrounding the psychedelic era, and being true to like that culture when it came to music culture in the 1960s and 70s.
Yeah.
And it's just really kind of low effort. And it was just kind of like, okay, well, this is the only statement piece we're really getting, right? You can't change out those big props, really, in
No,
the
I
actual
mean, it's
track
like-
itself. You change the
Yeah.
music, but this is the statement.
It's like you got the piano there underneath the guitar,
Right.
the keys, and then you see that lit up at night. Give them okay. They left the pickguard alone. They could have done something with the pickguard.
Right.
The pickguard still is fundamentally unchanged.
That's true. That's a great point.
Yeah. Now looking at this with the red, I mean, they went away with that.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why. I think it would have looked better with a little bit more red rather than the
Right.
pink.
They could have easily, honestly, they could have just sparkled up the red and did some tie-dye stuff on the pickguard, and it would have
Yeah.
came together better, and it
Yeah.
would have stood out more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
The cars are even painted like that now.
Yeah, the car is supposed to be kind of Electric Mayhem inspired right there. And I believe maybe even the trains themselves might pick up that paint job, but I'm not sure.
That's a good question. If it's gonna have another paint job onto those cars, I mean, we'll see.
And here's the thing. I mean, the question now becomes, okay, if this is what we're getting for the exterior, what is the interior going to look like?
I don't know.
Right.
Is this indicative of the quality that we're actually going to experience inside? Because here, I mean, it was a little bit more slapdash, and the gray I got problems with and all kinds of stuff. Okay, but again, this is all tone setting, right? This is all about, hey, this is the quality of the experience that you can expect from getting in line and actually experiencing this attraction for yourself. And you know, Disney back in the day was so detail oriented, even with Jim Shaw and so forth, which did a lot of work on the exterior of this attraction. He was very, very particular about all of the elements and making sure that all of them were cohesive and really created the tone that one could expect from an experience like this. And look, it's dated now. There's no question about that. But there was definitely a flow to it. There was definitely like a thing that they were going for. I don't know what tone they're necessarily setting here. I can honestly, I can see the psychedelic theme, even though we all have qualms and problems about maybe taking it.
I don't mind a psychedelic if it's done right.
Right.
This wasn't. That's not psychedelic. That looks like okay. It's a little 60s ish.
Yeah.
More of a kid's drawing it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like take a look at go look at some of Jimi Hendrix's guitars, man.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, you know, and it's like he had so much to draw from, and it's like, really? Okay. You know,
An endless amount to draw from, and even within Muppets culture, you could have drawn on all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
That could have. That could have.
I just think they should have left Muppet Vision alone, left us, and just changed this right out to something different with a more current band. Left it Rocket Roller Coaster, put a more current band in there. I mean, that's gorgeous too. That's done classy.
There were some people that were hoping that Queen would replace Aerosmith to it.
Queen's not. I mean this more modern music wise. They could have put a couple of bands in there and did stuff music wise, and just the guitar still could have been a thing for it, and rotated through different songs and just moved it away from Aerosmith. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the assemblage of artists, I think, is a good idea.
Yeah.
If it's going to be Rocket Roller Coaster, it doesn't need to have to exclusive to any one band. But at the same time, you know, not going forward with Queen is a little bit disheartening. I would have liked to have seen it myself personally.
Yeah.
That being,
It would have been interesting tracks to put in there.
yeah, would have been interesting tracks for sure.
It would have been good. And also, even in the Facebook group, some people were mentioning that they should put Powerline on this attraction.
Yeah.
A lot of people were.
Yeah. That would have been a good way to go for that as well. I don't know. I should have kept Muppet Vision 3D, like Tom said. No question about that. I think the Muppets is a square peg in a round hole for this attraction specifically. They could have worked in a lot of other contexts, but I don't know how this is going to do. We are actually going to do a poll tomorrow on Fashion Vixen, where we're going to go over the songs. Yeah, and seeing, you know, which one's your favorite or whatever. And because
there better be some middle in there.
Well, no, I mean it's the
one
set
with the
list that
chicken?
the set list that they've gone with here.
No, I know, I'm teasing you, man.
And they got the chicken. They got the chicken doing some stuff there, like Born to Be Wild, you know, and that should be a lot of fun to go over.
Well, listen, everybody, we're gonna call it. We're gonna say this is the stream. Everybody, check out Vash Sky's podcast, please.
Yep.
And check out Dan's Life at the Kingdom. And you can find me. I'm like a bad rash. I'm modding everywhere and taking over Erica's stream with her permission. And this has been a lot of fun. And
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for coming up. And this will be a good time, everybody. Let's see if I can actually hit the right button and do this, because I can't read nothing from here.
No worries. It was nice. Good stream today.
It's been a good stream. It's been a good stream. Let's see.
Sorry, folks, park's closed. The moose out front should have told you.